Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. Thank God you can't see all of the things I've done in front of this camera, Perna. I've never gotten got like CNN lawyer Jeffrey Toobin, who unpacked his lube and whipped out his tube over Zoom during a meeting with a bunch of colleagues. This was the reason Zoom Dick was trending on Twitter yesterday, and it's why Mina Kimes is still my favorite football talker at ESPN. She covertly tweets this during the Cardinals' dismantling of the Cowboys. Not that Dallas was ever mantled this season, but she tweeted, Cowboys D getting exposed by Kyler Murray's Zoom. Give her the Emmy now. You know it's bad when even O.J. Simpson is making fun of you on Twitter.
Damn, Jeffrey Toobin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
Toobin actually wrote about O.J. and the trial back in the day, so this shit is extra hilarious. Anyway, football. Tua's going to start for the Dolphins after the bye. The Chiefs are good again, and Dallas is the only team who can have their asses handed to them in primetime football and still be in first place in their division. And speaking of division, what on earth did Troy Aikman say to enrage so many people? Whew, that's good sports. Please, be kind and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And say hello to my ears. Now sponsored by Raycon and the Everyday E25 earbuds. Unlike watching my football team lose in uncomfortable ways, the snug fit of my Everyday E25 earbuds is extremely comfortable. That's a noise isolating fit, which is great for dejected football fans ready to tune out more losses or bad news surrounding their favorite team. In fact, I'm now using my Raycons to play soothing music during Football Sunday to keep my blood from boiling. The tranquilizing notes of the flute can whisk you away to a happier place, courtesy of your Everyday E25 earbuds with 6 hours of playtime. How can you not be happy with that in your ears? Look, you cannot beat the price of Raycons compared to other premium wireless earbuds, which gets even better when you click my link below for an additional 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/thatsgood. Click it. Click it. Now please tag me on Twitter at Brandon Perna if you see any headlines that read, Tagovailoa, Tua Start. Whoever writes that needs my respect.
I'm just saying.
Now the end of Fitzmagic in Miami is nya, and it comes with a bizarre timing. Timing is the word I was searching for. Ryan Fitzpatrick had won 2 straight games for the Dolphins and thrown 6 touchdown passes combined in their wins over the 49ers and Jets. The Dolphins were beating the Jets so badly that they put Tua in late in the 4th quarter, and it turns out they're just going to keep him there. Fitzmagic lost his job because he was playing too well? So just 1 game out of the lead in the AFC East and the Dolphins are banking on a rookie quarterback when their vet was playing his best football of the season? I know they're going to have to start Tua, and he's their future, not Ryan Fitzpatrick. But the timing is strange to me. I mean, if you're gonna start Tua, you start him against the GD Jets. That's how you build a young QB's confidence. In terms of race relations though, does this make up for the Dwayne Haskins benching? I'm too white to answer that, but I can say this is a very high T move, high testosterone move for the Dolphins. Maybe they just looked high T next to the 0T Jets, or should I call them the Jess, or the Esther Jets? Regardless, the Dolphins caught a T wave on Sunday. Ryan Fitzpatrick is always sweating tea out of his pores. Legend has it, if a woman picks up a sweaty Fitzpatrick jersey, she has a 60% chance of becoming pregnant. His high tea, though, It cost him his job. It's why he was so cocksure enough to hype up his rookie backup who might have twice as much tea in Tua Tagovailoa, now the starter. Oh, Ryan's okay with Tua going in? Oh, let's just go ahead and start Tua from now on. I know I just called the Dolphins high tea, but I think the decision to start Tua against the Rams is a very low T decision. Alex Smith was forced to jump back into the game against the Rams and Aaron Donald. He was sacked like 6 times. That's the defense you want Tua to make his debut against?
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
All right, we did have a Monday night afternoon doubleheader. First, it was the Chiefs and Bills, and here are my takeaways. The Chiefs' defense is really good, and maybe the Bills' defense is average at best. And I don't care what anyone named Thad says about it on Twitter. Thad is defending Buffalo's defensive performance, saying the offense screwed the Bills because giving up 225 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns to Patrick Mahomes is all you need to do to beat the Chiefs. Oh, Thad. They gave up 245 rushing yards. I know Buffalo was without Matt Milano, and I'm not sure how healthy Trey White was, but the difference in Monday afternoon's game was the Chiefs' defense making Josh Allen look bad with just 122 passing yards on the day, and also holding Buffalo to just 84 rushing yards total. Both defensive units played very well in the first half. It was a 13-10 game after 30 minutes, but one had to give. And just like against the Titans, it was the Bills who let Clyde the Astroglide Edwards-Helaire finish the game with 161 rushing yards. Meanwhile, the Bills' leading rusher was Josh Allen with 42, and a reminder as to why I thought Le'Veon Bell might be a good fit in Buffalo, not Kansas City. What the fuck do the Chiefs need Le'Veon Bell for if they just cranked out 245 rushing yards against the Bills? Is Brett Veach just trying to flex on all of us with his money balls? What I really noticed though is that when Patrick Mahomes is not playing perfect, it's technically never his fault. And when Josh Allen doesn't play well, it's because he's a trash quarterback and anyone who thinks he's actually good is stupid. Do credit the Chiefs' defense for putting the clamps on Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and most impressively, the two-headed monster that is Brian Hoyer and Jarrett Stidham this season. If the Chiefs have one weakness, it might be kicking extra points. And don't jump off of the Bills bandwagon just yet. No, climb to the top of a motorhome and plunge through a folding table right back into Bills Mafia, the Bills Mafia hype fire. Buffalo literally just played the two maybe best teams in the AFC, 2 of the top 3 in back-to-back weeks in the Titans and Chiefs. What this means is Buffalo currently isn't quite good enough to win the AFC Championship game, but I think they're still good. The Chiefs, even with 245 rushing yards, only won by 9 points, and the most impressive play in the entire game may have been this throw Josh Allen made to Stephon Diggs that Diggs could not catch, because them balls is slippery. That's why Josh Allen is actually still good. He's as close to Brett Favre as any quarterback we've had since Wranglers finally retired. If Diggs makes that catch and Buffalo hits a long field goal right before halftime, maybe they win this game. 2 plays away, basically, from beating a very good Chiefs team on a night where the Bills did more bad than good. Plus, the last Bills win was against the Raiders, who just beat the Chiefs. Buffalo gets the Jets next, so maybe they can resume their high T status. Right now, they are moderate T, who have been beaten by 2 high T teams. The Bills started perfect, but just in the last 6 days have taken a big number 2 over their record. The Chiefs didn't mind a waff, but the wet-ass football proved to be a huge problem for Josh Allen and the Buffalo offense. Now you may have noticed Troy Aikman and Joe Buck trending on Twitter. And it's because people are asking, is Troy Aikman a progressive, or was he just trolling Joe Buck? The 2 Fox announcers got caught on a hot mic criticizing taxpayer money being spent on jet fuel for flyovers during a pandemic.
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover.
That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work.
That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
And that is how you piss off a lot of conservatives, Troy. For some reason, I had a hard time picturing Troy Aikman voting Democrat before this. I don't know why. Also, I've never seen any political candidate threaten to take away pregame flyovers. It has literally never been mentioned once, ever. And I think these are scheduled into regular military training exercises, so we do pay for it no matter what, but it's not like taxpayers are paying extra for the flyovers. Fact checked.
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover.
That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work.
That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
But I think it is absolutely fair to say that Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are the greatest threats to our democracy in a booth since John Wilkes. Next thing you know, Aikman and Buck probably gonna get Top Gun 2 canceled with their liberal propaganda. Vote Kanye, people. Cardinals versus Dallas Daltons takeaways. Nothing I could say about this game would be more effective than simply showing you this video from the ESPN broadcast of the game. I think this video also represents all of the ass-kissing Troy Aikman is going to have to do to convince Texas he's still a Republican. The most interesting thing we learned from this game was that tiny Kyler Murray became the first quarterback to ever yell at big DeAndre Hopkins.
Murray, let's see if Murray yells at Hopkins. DeAndre told us, talking to him yesterday, he said for the first time in his 8 years in the league, he had a quarterback yell at him.
Anyway, Zeke the Freak fumbled a couple times. I think they were on consecutive carries. Andy Dalton wasn't even good enough to be called the Red Ryder BB gun. Hell, I wouldn't even honor him with Red Nerf gun. Maybe Beaumont Adams, because we all know that is a girl's gun. Boom, Office reference. And maybe my biggest takeaway was that the Cowboys caught 0 breaks in this game. It wasn't just that they were playing bad, it was also that nothing went their way. It was like literally everything went against them in an instant. Like when you criticize our troops, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Arizona had an interception that would have been called defensive pass interference in any other game outside of New Orleans. Andy Dalton threw the ball 54 times for just 266 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks. Basically, we learned just how ridiculous the Dak Prescott detractors are. The dude was carrying this fucking team, and with a defense allowing no less than 34 points in every game this season, should be given 2 contracts by Jerry Jones once he gets healthy. The Cowboys defense looks worse than this new mugshot of Bill Cosby. I do credit Mike McCarthy for believing he could insert Andy Dalton and throw the ball 54 times and score more than 10 points. Classic Mike McCarthy coaching. Change nothing and expect different results with a different quarterback. If Dak Prescott did watch this game from home, he should see more clearly than ever it is time to leave Dallas for greener pastures. The Cowboys are lucky that even as a low-T team, they are also in the lowest T division in the NFC East. Dallas lost 97% of its T when Dak got hurt, and Andy Dalton's T levels wouldn't even show up if he had 3 testicles. Dallas, after getting throttled by the Cardinals 38-10, are still in first place in the NFC East with their 2 wins. And my dream of seeing a 5-11 playoff team is more real than the threats to democracy posed by Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I mean, the Giants, Washington, the Eagles, and the Cowboys have combined for 5 wins this season. That's the same amount of wins the Chiefs, Steelers, Titans, Seahawks, and Bears all have on their own. I've never seen an entire division so in need of a testosterone injection in my life.
I'm just saying.
And thank you for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please make sure you watch the best and worst of NFL Sunday. It drops every single Monday here on That's Good Sports, and it's my favorite episode we do every week.